Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Aidyn Gould, who will fight on Eternal MMA 100 November 14th. Hello, Aidyn. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, and we are just a week from the. I think the
Yep.
biggest fight of your career is probably the biggest fight in featherweight in the region, because both you and your opponent are like super skilled fighters. And if you can tell me, how do you feel before this fight, and do you think that your opponent can be a threat for you?
Yeah, man, 100%. Like, he's had 8 fights as an amateur. Like, finished, I think, four of his fights. Like, he's definitely dangerous in, like, most areas. But I think that he kind of lacks in is when he comes into the pocket. He drops his hands a lot. And I think that's a big error to make against me. Like, I hope he's corrected that. Because if not, he's going to get punished for it. But man, he's got some good jiu-jitsu. Like I can't deny that. Like he's good off his back, so I've got to be wary of that. But I think my ground and pound's gonna be a bit too much for him to be able to do some jiu-jitsu off his back. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good fight. You know, me and him. Well, he's got 8 fights. I have 5 fights. That's like 13 fights. That's it's a pretty good combined record. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
But also you are a very good grappler too. Your first three fights were rear naked, so definitely you are really good on the ground, and you are really good also on in
Thanks,
taking
thanks.
people on the ground. So I think that especially on the ground, it could be like a really interesting battle.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's like kind of like jiu-jitsu versus wrestling in this one. Because he doesn't really like being on top. Like in looking at his last fights and his even his like fights before that, he likes to play on that bottom and look for those triangles and arm bars and sometimes takes the back, but like he couldn't finish a guy that I finished in a minute and 10 seconds, and he was on his back for a whole round. I was on that guy's back for like 30 seconds, choked him out. So like I'm not really worried about rear naked choke submissions. It's more just, being aware where my arms are, my neck is. But yeah, I just think I'm going to be too much for him. Like 3 rear naked chokes, he's definitely going to be playing that in his head. Imagine that. Like if I was fighting a guy and he's had 3 submissions of the same thing, I'd be definitely thinking about it. So I think that's going to kind of play into his conscious a bit, and I can force an error.
And how many weeks did you have to prepare, but for this specific opponent?
This was actually a long time, 9 weeks. I normally take fights on like 2 weeks' notice, like 5 days' notice sometimes. To have an actual camp, it's crazy. Like my gas tank is like improved so much. My sparring has gone up so much. Like even my striking has taken it to a next level this camp. I'm really excited to like show what I can do next Friday because I've been grinding my ass off in the gym with like all the boys like Tom Nolan, Blair, Dom, Ethan, Jacko. I've been grinding my ass with the boys, and even Johnny Fraser. It's been a hard like couple 9 weeks, but I'm ready to accept the reward, you know?
And right now you are undefeated. Of course, it's like the biggest fight on the regional scene. And after this, what do you think should be next for you? Do you want to stay a little bit longer as the amateur, or do you think about going pro?
Yeah, man. I do think the next fight will be professional. I'm not gonna gatekeep that. I do think that'll be professional next fight. I've been having like so many people. When are you going professional? When are you going professional? Even when I had like 3 fights as an amateur, I'm like, bro, chill down, chill out, chill out. But yeah, like if something presents itself as like an amateur fight, I'll think about it. But I'm more interested in going professional after this. Like I don't want to be cocky, but I've ran through my opponents pretty smoothly. Most of them, at least. Mitch Rapson gave me a good run for my money. But yeah, I think I just think I'm just gonna dominate. You know what I mean?
And in one of your amateur fights, you fought against fighter who was like 25 or 26, and you were like 18. So it's actually
Yeah,
a kind of a crazy age difference.
yeah, 100%. I was like, yeah, I was 18. I actually just turned 18. I was like 5 days of being 18, and he was like 28, had like 2 kids. I was like, fuck, this is crazy, bro. Like, I was fighting kids because I had 3 Muay Thai fights when I was a kid. So I was so used to like just fighting like, normal teenagers. And it went from like that to a grown ass man with tattoos everywhere. I'm like, fuck, this is pretty full on, eh? Yeah.
And about yeah, like your start of your like MMA training or even MMA dream. How old were you when you decided that you want to pursue this career?
Yeah, definitely the first time I stepped into the gym at 14. Actually, I think I was 13, believe it or not. Yeah, I was 13 when I stepped into a boxing gym. And I didn't really do much sparring. It was more like kind of boxing fitness, and I was kind of like, this is gay. Like, I actually want to learn how to fight. Like, I want to like learn how to use this. So I like looked around like gyms, MMA gyms around, and I found Compton. And then as soon as I walked in the door, I fell in love with the sport, man. The intensity and like this, I was watching the boys spar for the first time. I was like, holy shit, this is a legit gym. Like, this is no muck around, no box fit. This is a proper gym. And yeah, I got around with the boys, got into the banter. The banter here is amazing, bro. It's so funny. And yeah, I just stuck ever since. I love it.
And did you thought about trying like going for boxing career?
Yeah, I actually did. I was gonna have a boxing fight, and I just knew that the gym I was at was not helping my skills. Like my stepdad at the time, he like would tell me like you're not ready for a boxing fight, and I'm like, oh, my coach says I am, and he's like, you're not ready. And then looking back at it now, he was definitely right. I was not ready. I would have got creamed if I went into a boxing fight. But yeah, I was looking to pursue boxing as a career, but I just felt really limited. You know what I mean? Like not being able to knee someone, kick someone, or take him down, choke him. Like I just felt very limited in the sport. But like, it's not something that I would go away from. Like, I would try a boxing fight in the future after I like get UFC champ or something. Like I'm definitely open to it.
Yes, but probably like even watching your fights, MMA is just better suit for you because you can take people down, choke them, ground
Yeah,
and pound them.
yeah,
So definitely you are not as limited as in boxing.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I do enter the grapple a lot in my fights. This fight plan is like might end up in the grapple. I never really go into a fight with a plan. When you go into a fight with a plan, it doesn't go to you like it doesn't go how you want it to go, you kind of freak out and panic. And I made that mistake in like one of my fights. And so now when I go into a fight, man, like fuck it, bring on whatever you want to bring on. I'll take anywhere. Grapple, fucking striking, you want to kick, you want to punch, you want to knee. I'll beat him everywhere, man. Like there's not a place I won't beat him.
And before you mention Team Compton, which I think that is like really good gym with also a lot of like prospects on the regionals in that I think that in few years or like 2 3 years they can be like on the like highest stage. But for this training camp, who was maybe yeah, your like main training partner and sparring partner?
Um, I would say Jack Armstrong. He's fighting on Eternal 101. And also my mate, he's from Compton as well. He's fighting on Eternal 100, Taj. He's fighting actually the guy I've already beaten, choked out. And he's that guy has texted me, talking shit to me, calling me a pussy for submitting him, and all this blah 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 bullshit. So I can't wait till I see my boy go in there, fucking smash him, eh? Yeah, just those two boys pretty much, man. Because Tom's just finished his fight, so he hasn't been in, and Blair's been doing projects, so it's been pretty quiet. But like, you don't really need like a million training partners. You just need a couple really good ones. You know what I mean?
And
So yeah.
you mentioned that the opponent that you beat started to talk trash to you. And overall, are you a fan of like trash talking in MMA, especially like on the UFC level?
Yeah, I mean, like it's good to promote the sport, but the way that he went about it wasn't even like trash talk. It was more just embarrassing for him. Like you can't complain about someone taking you down and submitting you in the sport. Like that's not even really trash talk. That's just more like you're being a shit cunt. You're not even like that's just weird, bro. Like that's not even trash talk at that point. That's like a sore loser. But trash talk, it's good. Like it definitely helps promote fights. And I think when you see me make my way to the UFC, you'll probably see me talk a bit more shit. Yeah.
Yes. Probably like maybe not a lot, but a little bit of trash talking
Yeah,
is
yeah, just a little
definitely
bit.
yes compelling to for the fans. But some like subjects shouldn't be like talked about, let's say.
Yeah, 100, oh, 100%, bro. Like family. Definitely don't go near there. I feel like when it comes to like fighting abilities or like what you wear, you can fucking joke about that, you know, like it doesn't really matter. But when it comes to like family and like past like problems you've had in the past and you bring that back up, I feel like that's a bit shitty. But you know, some fighters bring it up. I don't really like. I wouldn't want people doing it to me, so why would I do it to you? You know what I mean? So I kind of keep it like that.
And of course, you have some experience for now, and definitely you will have more. But at this point, what do you think is the toughest aspect of MMA or like fighting and training?
I think just getting to the gym every day is it's hard, man. Like just every single day, like no miss. You got to get up and you got to go to the gym. You got to train. You know, there's no missing because you're tired, because you're sore, because you got a headache. Like none of that bullshit, bro. You gotta if you want to win your fights, you have to make it to the gym. No half-ass shit. Because if you let those little defeats in your head happen when you get in that cage, they swarm you, they swarm you, and you get all these different type of like thoughts in your head, like fuck, what am I doing here, what am I doing this? But if you show up to every single training session knowing you put in the work, you won't have that shit, man. Like that is very important. Like young amateurs coming up, do the work because it will reward you, I promise you. Don't skip your salt bike sessions, don't skip your sprint sessions, fucking do them because they're going to pay off, man.
And this is why like discipline is super important because you know that you have to do something, and sometimes when you think maybe I will not go one time, it can go for many times. So
Yeah,
better not think about it, just to be disciplined and know what you should do.
100%. That thought of when you didn't do that time, when you didn't go for that run, you didn't do that sprint session, it's gonna crawl back to you just before you fight. I guarantee it. So you gotta put in the work. You gotta get off your ass. You gotta be disciplined. You know, you just gotta keep pushing through. And like another really challenging aspect for MMA, like for me personally, I think it's when you're in deep waters. You know, like when your lungs are burning, your legs are full of lactic acid, your shoulders are sore from holding up your guard, you're absolutely wrecked. That's when you see the real fighters come out. You'll see the proper fighters, not just the pretty fighters. The real fighters keep fighting even though they're so fucked, so gassed, so sore. So that's fucking challenging, man. Like for any person, for any fighter to push through that, I respect. That's why I don't really talk shit because I respect every man that gets in the cage. So like, how would I just sit there and clown them? You know what I mean?
And about like fighters and fighters toughness, do you think that fighters are born or made or both? It can be both.
I'm not really I don't really like to buy into the born stuff, you know what I mean? Like I've met people that were born with like not disability, but like born with problems in themselves, right? But they were made into fighters. You know what I mean? Like they were born, you know, not with like that type of heart or skill or like or even like just physical, like keeping you like physical boundaries, but they still managed to have a massive good career. You know what I mean? So like I don't really think you can be born a fighter, yeah, but does not mean you're not gonna put in as much work. You have to put in the same amount as work. You know what I mean? Like if you were born with like a little kind of a soft kid and you went through a hard, 5 years of your childhood, you're gonna come out a fucking man. You know, whether or not you were born a fighter, you're gonna become a fighter because you've fought those dark thoughts in your head. You know what I mean? You fought those dark memories and stuff. So when you get into a fight, it's like shit. It's not really that hard.
Yes, definitely. Experience can made you
Yeah,
this way.
I don't like the born fighter because people take that and like on like people that don't train, they're like, oh yeah, I was born to fight. I don't need to prove anything. Like, fuck, what the hell is that? You fucking, who are you to talk? You've never stepped in a gym in your life. You're not born to fight. So that's why I don't really like it. You know, I think others have better genetics for fighting, but like up here, this is all a learning thing. You know what I mean? You can be physically stronger than someone, but this is a lot stronger than your muscles. I'm telling you right now. So yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Yes, and it's like with, let's say, talented people. Talented people still need to do their work in any area
100%.
because it's not that when they have talent that they don't have to do anything and they will be super successful. It's still going to the gym or just doing their work.
100%. And that's what they don't want to do because they were told their whole life, oh, you're so good at this, you're so good at that, you're so talented. So when they get older and everyone else starts to get like good and you have to put in fucking some hard work, they're like, oh, I don't know if this is for me anymore. And everyone's like, oh, you're so talented though. It's like, yeah, but it's because this is not as strong. You know what I mean? This is 90% of a fight in my opinion. You can go on a fight with a I don't know with the best skill set, but if you are mentally weak, you're gonna lose. Gary, you're gonna freeze in there. You're just gonna shit yourself. Like you have to be mentally strong. And yeah, that's my take on it, man.
And before the fight, when you go to the cage, do you feel some nerves, pressure, maybe like super confidence? What kind of feeling do you have at that point?
Yeah, man, it kind of varies, bro. Like I'm a Christian man, so like I always like tell myself before I fight, like God's with me. When I'm with God, I don't fear anything. You know what I mean? So I kind of indent that in my brain before I walk out, and as soon as I tell myself that, man, like I don't know if you're religious or anything, but I feel like God's with me there. So I'm like, what do I have to fear? You know what I mean? What do I have to fear? But definitely like I'd say like 6 weeks out, you get these little butterflies in your stomach. Like 3 weeks out, you get a bit of butterflies in your stomach. But when I'm there, I don't really get nervous. It's hard to explain. Like I'm so nervous, like every time out, everywhere else. But as soon as I'm there, I'm just not nervous. It's very weird, man. I couldn't explain it. I don't know how.
And of course, like regional fighters in few, especially in the last few years, are super successful. A lot of champions, a lot of fighters who are ranked. But who is your favorite fighter from like Australia?
Oh, Jack Della and Tom Nolan, like my teammate Tom Nolan and Jack Della, definitely. Definitely my favorite fighters. Like even like outside of Australia, they're my favorite fighters. Because when you watch them fight, like they don't go there to fuck around. You know what I mean? They don't go there to. I love grappling, but they don't go there to get a boring ass decision, cuddling someone against the fence. They're fucking working every minute of the fight. Whether it's like Jack, his boxing combinations, like holy fuck, man, they're clean. Or like even when Tom's off his back, he's not even sitting there like just letting them, do their thing. He's fucking elbowing off his back. He's cutting them from his back. It's like how could you not look up to those fighters that are constantly causing chaos? You know what I mean? That's what I want to be. I don't want to be that guy that gets like subpar victories that only just gets the edge. I want to be fucking known as like a vicious fighter that wins his fights. Not by like little fucking decisions. That's shit. I want to finish every fight.
And
And yeah,
actually,
that's why they're my favorite fighter.
Jack will fight really soon against Islam.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's absolutely great fight.
That's gonna be a good fight, man. That's actually the 2 days after my fight, so I'm gonna be relaxing, kicking my feet up after a win, and gonna watch the boy bring it home.
And overall, after the fight, when it's like first week after the fight, do you go to the gym or do you prefer to just relax your mind, let's say, and not think about the sport?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad with it, man. Like I'll finish my fight and I'll go to the gym on the Monday and train. Like it's pretty because I don't. If you look at my fights, I've only been hit a total of like 7 times, like out of all my fights. So it's like I don't get injured, I don't get sore. So like if you feel like you can train, then like fuck, why would you not? Like I just don't like sitting there doing nothing. I just feel like really lazy. I think that's a gift from God that I'm like really grateful for is the fact never being able to be lazy, always having to do something. You know what I mean? Even like at night, if I'm not like at training and she struggles, I just struggle to sit here. You know what I mean? I can't just sit here and watch TV. But like obviously there's time for like deload and like on the weekends you want to like get your mind off fighting. Like I play a bit of UFC 5 a lot. Actually, I play a lot of UFC 5. Not a little bit. I play a lot, man. I probably got to stop. It's a bit bad, but yeah, man. I you need to deload. That's important. You can't just be fight, fight, fight because you're just gonna get sick of it. You see it all the time in like young kids coming up in the sport. I talk about this all the time. People that started like 8 years old and they do like all these grappling comps and like By the time they hit 17, they all disappear. And it's like how did that happen? It's because their parents, not maybe not the parents or themselves, have just like fight all through their high school and primary school. So by the time they finished high school, they're like, fuck, I've done this for so long. Do I even want to do this anymore? And that's why they don't get to that next level. I think the best starting period is like from 12 to like 15 or like 11 to like 15. That's money because it's just young enough, but just right.
Yes,
But yeah.
but sometimes there are some outliers that they are like
Oh,
18
you
or
have like
something
the
around
big,
it.
yeah, yeah. You got the outliers, but I like in my opinion, it's like a 80 to 20%. Like you'll see 80% of them go, and the 20 that stays are fucking insane. Like they're crazy, bro. Like the 20 that stay go so far in the sport, but the other age they just can't do it anymore.
And let's say that you are matchmaker, a UFC matchmaker for one day, and you can book one fight. It's like any weight class, any fighter. What fight would you like to see?
Oh, this is a good question, man. This is a good question. On the top of my head, Izzy Adesanya in his prime versus Anderson Silva in his prime. So like that would be an absolute technical. We did see the fight, but obviously wasn't the best fight. But I feel like that would be an absolute technician of a fight. Like that would be wild, man. But that's off the top of my head. If I had more time, I'd probably come up with something better. But off the top of my head, that's what I wanted to see. Because when I was growing up, that's who I looked up to was Izzy. Yeah, so because yeah, that's what I looked up to.
Yes, Anderson at that point was definitely a older fighter, but yes,
Yeah.
it uh, like Adesanya from like 2019 and Anderson from like 2010, 2011. It would be crazy.
That would be a banger fight, man. That'd be a banger fight.
And also, when you are in the training camp, do you have maybe some drills or some exercises that you don't really like, but you know that it's like beneficial for you, and you know that you have to still do them?
Oh, assault bike. I fucking hate the assault bike. You know the assault bike? Have you seen the assault? It is so shit, man. But it helps you so much, and like you don't want to run away from that because, like I said, the little defeats you got to do it. Like at the end of the day, it's gonna come fight night. So yeah, I mean, I do. I don't hate it, but like fuck, it is hard, man. Like I definitely don't love it. You know what I mean? Definitely don't love it. But yeah, that's definitely my least favorite part is the assault bike.
Yes, but after doing something like this, your like feeling in your head is great because you know that you defeated this opponent.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you won a mental battle in your head. You always feel good after a mental battle. Like a mental battle after a fight. Oh, like after a fight, it's amazing, bro. You're on a constant high. I don't know how to explain it. It's a surreal feeling, man. It's surreal.
Okay, Aiden. So many thanks for the time and for
No, no
conversation.
problem. No problem.
I think that of course this fight is the for number one featherweight in the region, and I hope that next year we can see you in the SD Pro and also in Eternal because I think that is like the best regional promotion.
Yeah, man, that's the plan. Staying with Eternal, like Della from Jack's from Eternal, Tom's from Eternal, Dom's from Eternal, fucking Jack Jenkins is from Eternal, Steve Erceg's from Eternal, like fuck, it just keeps going, like it just never ends. So like definitely gonna stay just with Eternal, this is the feeder to the UFC, the best promotion in Australia. So no, like I don't really understand why fighters go away from Eternal in the pro career. It doesn't really make sense, but I'm definitely gonna stick with them.